Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lessons in the Lounge. My name is Vince, and it's good to have you back. First of all, I have the pleasure of recording in the Workaway Offices studio today, and it's always great to be here. In this episode, I'm going to be explaining why buying a business can be a great way to grow or start your business. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to this channel or like this video. But first, a disclaimer. Buying or selling a business requires the professional help of lawyers and accountants to ensure that it's properly done. Please understand that I am not a lawyer or an accountant. However, I have bought and sold several businesses, and I have advised others on selling or buying a business. So let's get into it and discuss the many benefits of buying a business. First, you skip the hardest part. Starting a business from scratch means years of building brand recognition, finding customers, hiring staff, and developing processes, all while you're burning through cash and not to mention a lot of hard work. A purchase business has already solved these problems for you. You walk in from day one with revenue, customers, and a functioning operation, and that's a huge benefit. Immediate cash flow. Unlike a startup, which may take years to become profitable, an established business generates income from the moment you take over. This makes it easier to service your acquisition debt and to pay yourself. Proven concept. The business model has already been tested in the real market. You know that there's a demand for the product or service, and you can see the historical data on what works and what doesn't. That will remove a great deal of the guesswork that's inherent in many startup firms. Easier financing. Lenders are far more willing to finance an acquisition than a startup because there's a track record to underwrite and perhaps some assets to use as collateral. Small business loans offered by various financial institutions are specifically structured for business acquisitions and can offer some very favorable terms. You have an existing business infrastructure. It's in place from day one. Staff, supplier, relationships, equipment, systems, leases, and customer contracts are all transferred with the business. Building all of this independently would take years and not to mention a lot of capital. Brand and reputation. An established business comes with goodwill, customer loyalty, name recognition, and market positioning that took years to build and would be very difficult to replicate quickly. You inherit existing talent. A good team in place is enormously valuable. Experienced employees who know the business, the customers, and the operations reduce your learning curve significantly. You can grow from a stable base. In most cases, it's much easier to grow something that already exists than to build it. You can focus your energy on improvements, new marketing, better systems, expanded offerings, and perhaps even vertically integrating the business into another business. Another nice benefit is that motivated sellers can create an opportunity. Whether it's retirement, burnout, health issues, or a partnership dispute, these often push owners to sell at reasonable valuations. A well-run business being sold for personal reasons can be an excellent deal. You get lower risk than a startup. Statistically, most startups fail within the first few years. An established business with a track record has already demonstrated that it can survive, which will dramatically improve your odds of success as an operator. You get leverage and wealth building. What does that mean? Well, buying a business with a combination of your own capital and debt means that you control a larger asset than you could building something on your own. As you pay down the debt with the business's own cash flow, your equity grows substantially. You've also got speed to market. If you want to be in a particular industry, acquiring gives you an immediate competitive position rather than spending years trying to crack into an established market. So in short, buying a business is essentially purchasing a shortcut. It's a shortcut to revenue, to customers, to infrastructure, and to a market presence. For the right buyer with the right business, it could be one of the most efficient ways to building long-term wealth. Please stay tuned for my next video, which will discuss some of the challenges that you may encounter when buying a business and how to effectively deal with them. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and until next time, think long-term.